Hello, welcome to this analysis of the NQ and a little bit of the ES. It is the 11th of November 2024, Monday. It's been a while since I've made a video. Yeah, I made a couple of posts. I've kind of been trading. But let's just take a look at what I'm seeing, how I'm feeling about this whole thing, what I'm looking for. It's been kind of nuts. It's been a nuts pump. But by golly, I've been marking things out as it moves up. A lot of gaps. We've made a new all-time high in the NQ. It just pushed right through it. It just sliced through it. Sitting around at it at the moment. Be worth noting it actually. I'll mark this out. I'll say I'll just say the local range high at the moment, but it's it's the past all-time high. So there's a lot of things around there. Let's take a look at what I'm looking at. Well, I am going to be very wary of taking any longs, and I have been since around here. I was saying that we had things below us in the Discord. I was saying that I wasn't going to be taking any trades really in this area. I don't do well in this kind of situation. I may have taken one or two 1-minute trades. I think I took a short from I took a short from here and I closed it like about here because they were building a lot of liquidity. It looked something like this. It wasn't amazing. I think I got out like on a retest of that. It was like a 1.8 or something. But yeah, I mean, you could be like, well, look, you missed out on all of this. It's like, I know, but like, my God, like, look at the amount of liquidity that we have built up, the amount of gaps we've built up, the amount of imbalances that are present. It's just not my kind of environment. I'm a range fiend, and when we're pumping like this, I don't know, it just doesn't work with my personality. I'd kind of rather let it move kind of sideways, I guess, before I start interacting with the levels that are being made. But anyway, what happened today? Sydney opened with a bang. They pushed right up. Oh, I took a few scalps actually as well on Friday. Took a few scalps down here. Could have left this one, go to the high. I was thinking they might, but my God, NQ was just really struggling. The S&P at this time was making high after high after high. NQ was really struggling to get out of this range, which was nice for me because it was very sensitive to changes in money flow, and it was working off this internal structure really nicely. So I capitalized on that. I got a few scalps. I was pretty happy with them. I was thinking this one could go up to take the UK high, but it was, what time was that for me? By the time it was getting there, yeah, it was like 2 a.m. or so, and I was like, I'm done. Anyway, what have we left behind? Let's look at that first. We've left a hell of a lot behind. If we take into account any sizable break of structure downward, there's a lot of places here that they can fill up really nicely with all of this hype fueled pump, like this presidential election pump. What will I look at immediately? I'm looking at money flow. I'm seeing stacking divergences with money flow coming out. We just got some nasty vector blocks here. I'll talk about that in a sec. But yeah, I'm noting higher time frame money flow divergences, because that's the only thing we kind of have to go off. That's not internal structure, because we're at all-time highs. So the only signs of exhaustion that I can read are money flow and divergences, and even they have to be taken with not grains of salt, but like very contextually. Starting with money flow, I have a 3-hour money flow thing written here, and that's because it's looking like we could get a pullback into structure, but there are also signs that like it's just not over until for another few pushes and we make more liquidity, which is crazy. That we haven't had enough liquidity built in these areas to have a nice pullback yet. But give it a week, give it a week, and we might see some structure getting broken, which would be nice, because there is definitely some large buying interest down here in these areas, but we have to get there first. And believe me, people want to get there. People want to be down here. They don't necessarily want to be up here forever. So, we had a slice down. This was really hard to catch. I was waiting for this all day. This push down, and we just it was so sneaky, man. It was so sneaky. The ES had like crazy equal highs. For this push down, it like double stacked equal highs, and I found it really hard to short it. I found it really hard to short this, and I was waiting for this push. The NQ, it was a beautiful push down. It was lovely. This swipe at UK was crazy good. I had an area down here, mitigated this OB, but I wanted lower. They didn't come lower, so then I just started playing the US session on the Friday. This can go away. All right, so what are we looking like with structure? So we mitigated, or we took some liquidity internally here, came into this block, pushed up slowly for UK or for US, and then eventually broke this in this kind of like, they had to try again on Monday, and it just gapped straight up. Literally gapped. We had a gap down here below this Tokyo low. I was looking at it at work today. I was like, are they going to come for this? We have US bank holiday today, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. Sometimes bank holidays can like just create like huge moves out of nowhere. It's kind of mad what can happen sometimes. Like you just get these huge single prints on bank holidays, and sometimes it doesn't go anywhere. So we'll see if they fill this gap today. Maybe not. I mean, it was a sizable break of structure. We took liquidity all right coming into it. So I would say that this break of structure still has to prove itself to me a bit, but either way, we're up here. So what are all these markings that I have? I have noted that we took the Sydney's high on the normal NQ, and we had a very strong reaction from that eventually. Money flow was mixed around here, definitely mixed. We took this low, which was the lower low before the uptrend. We made a change of character. We took internal liquidity. I'm kind of waiting for them to maybe come back up into this block, which did something, and maybe ride a short down. They might even just take the equal lows and range out here, and induce this gap more. Like there's a chance they do that. This pull here is all right, but when we come back into this pull, it's this that we're looking at, is this like this kind of stacked change of character and or break of structure, and the implications of that is that they can come down into this area here easily enough and maintain the larger bullish pull, right? So I don't necessarily know if they're going to stop around here. This is where the last RTH, the last US close was on Friday. It would be kind of crazy if they stopped there and reversed it, because there'll naturally be a lot of liquidity sitting under here. So they could do that. There is a pull there. It's the top of the high volume node, but I like coming back into this area, at least for looking for some bullish continuation. It could be tomorrow. Below that we have an untapped small order block, but I don't necessarily know if we can swing fail this rather easy. We could, just because of as I said, money flow down here will probably be heavy. But there's a chance that this could become a break of structure, which could, it's too far away to say, but there is a chance that this could become a break of structure, and then that we play with this area, but that's too far away. We have some things in here that we could get bounces off, but it's not looking great to me. This area is not looking amazing for strength. Below that we have this as well, which is it manufactured, it seemed, enough liquidity, but this was during the US elections. This was during the announcements of the votes and stuff. There will be a lot of hype fueled orders down here, but again, it's too far away to say. So we're up here at the moment. So locally it seems like we're hitting resistance around here. The ES kind of looking the same. I mean, like, look, they've pushed it so crazily all the way up. They might need a hell of a lot more liquidity before they think about swiping low. Even though traditionally, to me, this just looks like gaping. Like, it just looks gaping. It looks like structure is starting to become a bit squeezed up here, in a way that it's pushing up with minimal liquidity grabs and taking a few attempts to kind of push up, and money flow is actively coming out, though we have stopped diverging around this area. So maybe one more squeeze might be in order. I don't know what they're going to do, but I know what we have below us. This zone, I mean, I feel like we might be able to range inside here and catch a few pulls. There is another pull around this low that I was actually waiting for them to kind of come into and do a kind of a W, like a final damage W, and take out longs, and I was waiting for that move, and they just didn't do it. They just moved up. It's kind of insane to just drift up that it's been doing. Which, to me, I find hard to long. It just, I don't know. I'm just weird with trends. Just weird with trends, dude. Anyway. So our pulls, I'm going to mainly look at this area for a pull. This, to me, can get proven a bit. We can swing fail a lot of these lows on this point of control and get maybe a nice long back up into structure. It depends how we change structure here, how we break structure. I don't expect this to really last, like this area. I'm kind of thinking about shorting it, like today, if the opportunity is given. I don't know. Let's see what they do. I have my timing models. This seemed like a bit of a squeeze to me, more so than a break of structure necessarily. I mean, it technically was a break of structure on the ES and kind of the NQ, but it wasn't deep enough for me. With like this, I just find it very difficult to think that we're going to keep going up right now. I get, there's a chance, man. I've been wrong, like for the last week. Not necessarily with like predicting, because I don't really try and predict, but expecting them to move to an area to continue. Besides this push down, my cautious nature has just kind of left me behind. But it's okay. It's fine. They're giving me a lot of levels to mark up and be aware of, and internally I'll catch something when levels are interacted with nicely. I'll catch something. But recently, I haven't caught those big moves up, and that's fine. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Yeah. What else? What else? Zoom out. I mean, so see, this is the thing. Like, this was a break of structure on like the daily and stuff. I guess this part here is fine. You know, it's just it's hard for me to be putting my stop losses under these areas. And obviously that's what they want. They're doing a good job of it. But I do know that we have like this push up. Unless it must really test itself here to like, for me to think that we're just going to leave at least below this high. Maybe it could be left like this gap, I guess, but I'd really want to see it prove itself. Like I find it so hard to just long this huge extended push to me. We did technically take liquidity, and we took it by like such little amounts going up, which I mean, I just guess that the buying pressure was so intense that it's all it needed to just keep breaking structure up. But I don't know, man. I just gotta like, I'm not seeing what I want to see for long. It's like I saw it here, thought that they might swipe down here, but it was fine. I took it that they didn't want to. They took a small bit here. In contextually, that was nice. I took a few longs in here and a counter short. And if I was in the US, I would have kept this. But it was so late. So they are showing me things that I want to see to get into trades, but the foundation we've built here to me feels like it could be really shaky. I just find it so hard to do this. Now, it's my first bull run on the NQ, so maybe I gotta learn how that works. But I will always err on the side of caution. And yeah, I know that we have immediately some glaring imbalances below us and some nice pulls that we can come into. So hey, why not wait and see if they get hit, right? Yeah. Anyway, that's my look at this. We'll look at some RTH gaps as well. We have many. This one I don't know about. Like, it gapped a gap, which was a gap. It's like gap. This whole area was gapped like 3 times in a row. So I don't know how they're gonna deal with that. Whenever we do come down here, it's gonna be interesting, but that could be ages away. That could be next year. So let's see how they interact with what they have here. We have vector recovery below us. We have some nice gaps that we can tap into. We have a few blocks. But yeah, I'm not going to try and call any tops or anything like that. I'm going to be aware of the pulls that we can come into comfortably, and also the fact that we can just keep pushing, squeezing. Because now both the ES and the NQ are in this infinite liquidity pool called price discovery. So got to be careful. Got to play only internal structure that's proven, etc. But yeah, 30-minute looks like we could get a little retracement in, fill that gap. That would be nice. But yeah, that's it for today. Happy trading. Try not to get caught up in FOMO. It did leave me out of a few trades, but I'm actually rather happy with the fact that I didn't just get caught up in the fact that I'll like miss out by like taking some longs that didn't feel comfortable to me. And that's a little win in my book. But yeah, that's what we got. Happy trading. Peace, guys, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.